There it goes. Hello, good morning, folks. Today is July 9th, 2017. I think it's my 58th day in my second year. So this is 1.058. Yeah. Um, but very, very short video, I think, today. I don't have much to say, although one could argue I never do. But I had a moment this morning where I looked in the mirror. I'm looking at myself in the mirror in the little monitor window. Um, I had a moment this morning where I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I really like what I see. I really like what I see. I really like that person that's in the mirror. And last night was a Trans Women National meeting, and we went to Ditto's Bar and Grill, and then they went to Chill Lounge afterwards. And it was one of those things at the restaurant, you know, and I got up and I went to the bathroom, I think 3 times. Spiro does it to me every time. But anyway, and as I was in the bathroom, doing my business, and other women would come and go, and, just timing wise, I'd look in the mirror and I'm like, hey, I'm starting to like that person in the mirror. And, it's one of those things that I'm going to say your average, everyday person, your non-trans person, your cis individual, kind of takes for granted. It's like, oh, and this is how I look, and great, I'll go do my thing, do my job, whatever, do my chores, visit with my family. But just how much that initial, if you like the way you look, the way you interact with the world, that was my other thing. For a long period of time, I felt like I had to interact in some artificial way. Like, I'll to give you an example here. I'm building up the courage to do it and building up steam. But I had the idea that I had to talk a certain way, and if I didn't use this voice, and I didn't, get excited at some things, and oh my gosh, that's terrible. That I would do that. I'm gonna drop out of it. That I couldn't talk the way I wanted to, and maybe that's still up for debate. But again, you get out of bed and you have your cup of coffee or whatnot, and this is the way you are. And again, it's I guess it's being authentic. If you get to your authentic self and you accept whatever that is, if it's more talking in this range and this is how you're gonna be, then great. If you're lower range or whatnot, again, it's I don't want to get off on that tangent of voice and presentation and whatnot, but the idea of that acceptance of who you are, and this is the way that I am, and if you like me, great. If you don't, that's okay too. But again, just the idea of that initial, it's very basic to who we are, and if we like who we are, then it just the way we interact with the world, and to me, it's can be a pretty big, it's a big chunk of this process. I posted on Facebook too about it, but by no means am I saying that I am perfect, or by no means am I saying that I am at my goal. And I think for trans women, I'll make a generalization that I think it's pretty fair to say that no matter where we are in our journey, we wish for bigger breasts, we wish for a more feminine figure, we wish for a more feminine presentation, wish our hair was longer or thicker, or on our face we didn't have the, hear that? Okay. We didn't have the secondary things that we would like to appear more feminine in that way. But we're pushed, we have opposition in our body, depending on what period of time we entered this, or what period of time we said, no, we're going to do this a little differently. We're no longer going to be faking it as a guy. We're going to be the closest we can to a woman at whatever point. If we've already gone through puberty, our body has kind of set some things in stone, and then you're it's like having bones. Your bones are set, and so then at that point you're like, okay, well, I've got to have facial feminization to crack my bones or change this and do things, if that's what you're into. I'm not. But it's not to mean not anything. It's if that's what you are. But again, those surgical things people do, the eyes or whatever, I don't fully understand. But again, but to get to that point where I accept who I am, and again, knowing that, like I said, there's always things we want to change. I know for myself, yes, I want longer hair, I want bigger breasts, I want less shit on my face, which I will get to in time, hopefully. Eat my vegetables every day, and my hair will grow. Lose the weight that I need to lose so I can have the surgery. But yesterday I felt like I needed to develop a better sense of time scale. And for myself, my college loans will be paid off in 10 years.
Daddy.
Yeah. And like magic, we're back. I'm not going to redo the video, not after 6 minutes. So that's my daughter, by the way. Crap. Oh, college loans be paid off in 10 years. House will be paid off in 10 years. And at that point, I can address some of the other things that I want to do, as far as hopefully by then I'll lose the weight and I can have the surgery. But lately I've been kind of questioning that, like going, is that it would be nice, but I don't have, I'm not, right now I'm focused obviously on being a parent, and I don't see a man or a woman entering my life for a long period of time. So got to go on what I have in front of me today, and what's in front of me that I can actually have some control over, which is very few of that. But again, every day that I get up, every mortgage payment I make, every college payment I make, less and less and less and less, and there'll come a day when she is she's gonna spend more time with her friends, and she's gonna become the woman that she's going to become. And yeah, so, but anyway, I'll wrap this up for today. Like I said, kind of short video, but just again, I wanted to just kind of put a time stamp on it. This is obviously, I think I said day 58 of the second year of hormones, so I'm at 1 year and 58 days, which I think is almost 58 is almost 3 months, right? Yeah, just about shy of 3 months. That's, I guess, a better number. 1 year and 3 months of hormones. That's where I'm at today, and I hope that anyone at any stage can take a little bit of solace and peace in knowing that they're building towards that step of, hey, I actually like what I'm seeing in the mirror, or I'm actually looking. I do know people interact with drugs different ways. If a person may not be seeing the results that they prefer, and like I said, I'm willing to bet you $1. We all want bigger breasts. We all want longer hair. We all want a more feminine figure, less hair on our faces. But if the hormones are not really working, to a reasonable level, that we're definitely, it's up to say you, but we, I hope that we are seeing our endocrinologist on a regular basis, and we're getting those blood panels done to figure out where our hormone levels are and where our testosterone levels are. We're also eating. That's a huge thing. If we're not eating fruits and vegetables and protein and meat, our body's not going to grow. It's not going to change. If we don't give the body the materials that it needs, our bodies, we're not going to change. And the feminine body is definitely a different, animal as far as body fat goes. So if you're not eating fat, you're not eating enough calories, your body's may or may not change. And then on the flip side of that, for someone who's overweight and obese, and our bodies don't naturally process, don't lose, what we need to lose, then we're stuck in that kind of block. We're potato shaped, and some women are potato shaped. So, all right. On that note, good luck to you today in all of your efforts as you transition in your own journey. And hopefully, again, you reach that point where you can say, at least see in the mirror, you may not be done yet. We're not complete. We're not completed. We may never be. It's a path that leads forever towards the horizon. But hopefully that snapshot of, today I'm liking what I'm seeing in the mirror, and I will continue to see this change. I will continue to realize myself and self-actualization, self-efficacy, those things. So anyway, good luck to you, and I'll see you next time. Bye. As always, good luck.